That's David Bowie, Queen Bitch. That's from the Hunky Dory album, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, that's a long time ago. How long was that? Was what, 72 or 71?
I thought it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was earlier than that.
You always do this. I have to look.
Well, you should know.
I'm looking in the book.
Call yourself.
71.
71.
So we've done 71, 73 and 72.
You know how many years ago that is?
That's...
31 years ago. That's a long time.
Long time. People have had babies.
Thank goodness he's still alive. Hopefully, I believe we've got David on the phone now from New York. David, are you there?
Who said I'm still alive?
He's there! We're talking to David Bowie! David, you are...
Oh, Jonathan, how very nice to talk to you.
It's great. This is David. It's not Alistair McGowan, is it?
No.
Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. It really is. I'm just such a devoted fan.
That track you were playing.
Well, the last one.
Who was that? That was really interesting.
It's a happening young band I've discovered.
Really?
No, that's...
Not my kind of thing, of course, because I'm much more serious than that. I wouldn't do that kind of thing.
You've toned it down, haven't you? You've toned it down. Hey, I've just been looking through your Meltdown list because, of course, you're coming over. David's going to be playing live here in the UK in London on the 29th. I think you're doing a few other gigs, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, I haven't got a list in front of me, but I am doing... I did quite a few. They're coming in all the time, Jonathan. Shows. But hopefully, I understood we're doing some work together.
I'm DJing for you, apparently.
Cool.
Is that what it is? I understood that we were doing the musical version of Bottoms.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
We're going to bring that to the West End, because of this thing about, doing rock musicals and all that.
Oh, yeah, have you...
Somebody had the bright idea that you and me could do the Edmondson Mail thing,
yeah, you a fan of Bottom, the TV show?
Never seen it myself. I'm waiting for the script. I understand it's quite a bit like Dostoevsky, so I'm really quite...
It's more waiting for Godot, I think. There's lots of long gaps.
Really, is it?
It's waiting for Laugh-O's, I believe. It's got some episodes.
Waiting for Laugh-O's.
Listen, it's really lovely of you to call. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm just looking down at the list of people you've lined up for Meltdown.
Yeah.
And one in particular has caught my eye. I didn't know about this, but I'm dead keen. And we should talk about your gathering of new talent, because I know you really... Well, you keep your ear to the ground for this, but Signor Coconut ici conjunto, a samba-driven set of Kraftwerk covers. That sounds absolutely unlistenable.
I think it may be as unlistenable as the lonesome organist, Zimmo, who's going to be doing his own... There is some extraordinary... I tell you who's exciting me, actually, is that I've got Daniel Johnson and legendary Stardust Cowboy on the same night.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that.
Which is really... I think that's a thrill.
But there's so many...
if you haven't got tickets for that, that's definitely one that everyone should immediately rush out.
I think... I imagine most of the nights are sold out, I would have thought. I don't know.
I do hope the Ledge does well, because this is a guy... He was a stable mate of mine originally on Mercury Records back in '69.
Wow.
And what chief executive over there called Ron Obelman said, Dave, you like weird stuff, don't you, Dave? And I said, yeah, I just love weird stuff, Ron. And he gave me these 3 singles by The Ledge, and they were unlistenable as well. More unlistenable music that you could not stop playing.
But there's something about that unlistenable music which does get under your skin, doesn't it?
It's got inherently so much integrity. Like hell or high water, this guy was going to make himself heard. The first thing he put out, called Paralyzed, was a minor hit in America, like a Texan hit,
Yeah.
And he went on Laugh-In, the comedy show.
Oh, I remember.
In all seriousness, and was laughed off. And he just stormed off in disgust because people just laughed at him, Jonathan.
Great.
And I related to that so much.
I've seen some great TV appearances.
And I took his name, Stardust, and used it for Ziggy Stardust.
Is that where it came from?
Yeah. And then I read his site last year. He's got an internet site.
Yeah.
2 pages. 2-page site. I think it's one of the slimmest sites on the internet.
But, that's quite refreshing.
One thing I know is an English guy called David Bowie. He took my name for his Ziggy Stardust character, and I think he owes me something. So I immediately got huge pangs of guilt and recorded one of his songs on the new album.
Oh, really? Which of his...
I took a trip in a Gemini spacecraft.
Wow. But you didn't make much money at that period, weren't you? You were ripped off that whole period, weren't you? Didn't all that money kind of disappear?
I've never made any money. It's funny. I'm hoping that I'm going to have a breakthrough in the next year or two with an album, and I'm going to make some money.
You know what you need to do, David?
I'm destitute.
We need to put you on Pop Idol or one of those shows. Get you launched again. Popeye. Yeah.
I'm all agog.
Popeye the Space Cowboy. What are you wearing? What are you wearing right
I'm
now?
a space gog, actually.
David, what are you wearing right now? Because I follow your fashion very keenly.
Can I advertise?
Yeah.
Oh. Do I get paid, though, if I advertise?
This is the new look BBC. You can say what you want these days.
Oh, then I definitely won't get paid, will I?
No, not from us.
Okay, Sperry's. I'm wearing Sperry's. Kind of a washed blue canvas deck shoe.
Oh, I like
They're
the sound
called
of this.
topsiders, actually.
I know the salt. Yep.
I'm wearing... You're serious, aren't you?
I need to know.
Paul Smith socks.
Oh, nice.
Everywhere. I've got 4 or 5 pairs of Paul Smith socks on.
Yeah. Gloves as well.
Yeah, other than that, just a pair of Speedos.
Well, that's a great look. You could get away with
They're
that.
Kansai Yamamoto Speedos from 1973, so they got space shoulders on.
I could just... I love going through pictures of you. This sounds slightly obsessive, but every now and then I look...
Sounds a little bit obsessive,
Yeah.
Jonathan, yes.
But there's certain periods where I look and think, no, that was a mistake. I'm sure you do the same.
But that period from like 71 through 87.
No, actually...
It was a dodgy period, but I got out of it pretty swift.
One day I was doing a TV thing years ago, and I got them to do me up in the Aladdin Sane gear. And
more fool you.
Well, it was very uncomfortable, but unlike you, I was actually wandering around Covent Garden in it, and I
had
was
to perform in that stuff. You imagine what aches and pains and bruises I had by the end of the show.
Did the makeup not all run when you got sort of hot on stage?
The worst aspects were no, because I was never a sweater.
Oh.
I didn't sweat much. I don't know what. Maybe because I was just permanently dehydrated. I think.
Well, see, the drugs will do that to you, won't they?
It must have been the weather. It was very hard to survive a show without having strained or kind of corrupted ankles because of the height of the shoes.
Oh,
I'd always like half come off them, during the course of a show, and it was a painful period for me actually all the way.
Yeah, but what? It must have been great fun though.
Apparently, yeah.
Can you not remember it?
It was the ball.
How much can you actually remember of that period?
No, actually, the Ziggy Stardust thing I remember very well indeed.
Yeah.
Right through till, Diamond Dogs. Then it starts to get a bit hazy, and then it all clears up again around the early 80s.
Fortunately, there are many, many books that document that period with varying degrees of accuracy, I'm sure. But
I've got to believe them, because I can't do much better.
But you see, do you drink now? You don't do any substances now, I guess, but do you drink?
Absolutely not. Coffee by the gallon.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
For many a year.
You see, we're cut from the same cloth.
Is that what it is?
That's all I do. It's coffee all day long.
Yeah, but it's very bad for you.
Yeah, but at least when you're dead, you'll still be awake.
You're not seriously going to talk to me. I want to know if you're going to play the Rick Mail part or the...
Now, I'm working on my DJ set for you, David. I'm not quite sure. What
do you put... I'll tell you what you got to play. I'll tell you what I like at the moment.
Okay.
There's a fabulous album by Too Many DJs.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's wonderful. There's a thing called mashups.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah, where they put oddly contrasting music together.
Yeah, and these guys are from Belgium. They've done a legit one where they've actually applied for and got copyright permission to do all the stuff on their album. So it's a legit one. And the album's called As Heard on Radio Soul Wax Part 2.
Right.
Of course, there is no Part 1.
Yeah, of course.
But it's got some dynamite combinations on it. That's really a hot album.
So how do you keep up with...
You'd like that.
I'm going to get a copy. How do you keep up with all the new stuff?
What do you think of this Fishspooner mob?
Oh, Fishspooner. You know what? I've heard of them. I haven't heard anything by them yet, but I'm very excited.
I'm intrigued. We had a dropout on Meltdown, so I bunged them on.
And what do they actually do, Fishspooner?
They look interesting, don't they?
Well, I haven't seen them. These are new electro-lash. They're the sort of a new wave thing.
Yeah, it has that kind of tube sound as opposed to the kind of chip sound of electronica. So it has a lot of bearing on the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure what to make of it. Yeah, I guess I want to hear album 2 and 3. You know what I mean?
But how do you keep up with all this stuff? Because there's so much new stuff out there.
Not really. I mean, the stuff I like features nowhere. Really, I don't. I mean, do you know Mouse on Mars?
No, I've never even heard of Mouse on Mars.
Fabulous. They're like the new. I guess they're the new the new German electronic wave.
Having this conversation. I know I'm just going to have to go shopping for a week after this.
Well, let me give you a few more. I mean, honestly, Lonesome Organist is wonderful. He's just the best.
Okay.
Hanged Up are great.
Hanged Up.
Hanged Up.
Right.
Yeah, they're from out of Montreal. They're a splinter group from, and I know you all know and love, Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Yep, never heard of them either. Godspeed You Black.
They're terrific as well.
Wow.
These are the people. These are my people.
But when you're at home,
These are my people.
when you're home with your lovely wife, who I met
Yeah.
once, by the way, and man, what a good-looking woman you got there.
Bloody hell! Nobody had pointed that out before.
Yeah,
You're
you see,
right,
I know you were only going for the inner beauty, but the surface worked for me.
Corker.
And yet, what does she do when you want to listen to "Godspeed You Black Emperors" or whatever at home? Does she go off in the kitchen, or what happens?
She goes off as far as she can to the other end of the house.
So-
We have simply not the same taste. The only thing that we agree over is Al Green.
Oh, you can't be
We
out there.
both adore Al Green.
Especially the Willie Hutch years.
Actually, that's so unfair. No, there are things that I do play her that she really likes.
Yeah, so
I wish
she's
I could
open to
remember
it.
one of them right now.
Is it true? I heard that she limits the amount of time you're allowed to spend on the internet.
Not true.
Oh, come on, I bet there's a grain in there.
That's not true. That's
We've all been there late at night and
Oh,
the
no,
wife's
I
banging on the
shouldn't say
door.
that.
What are you doing in there?
Tosh. There you are. I love that word. Don't you love that word?
Tosh, yeah. And
Absolute tosh.
you see, if we were a decent show, we'd play some Pete Tosh now to round that off nicely.
We should really. Well, yeah, what a segue.
We haven't got any, but we'll play some more David Bowie instead. Can you stick around for another 5 minutes?
I certainly can.
Okay, listen to this. You might like it.
All right.
That's David Bowie's brand new single, Slow Burn. That's out. Well, it's out pretty soon. I think it's just in July. David, that sounds fantastic.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
And that's you working with Tony Visconti again.
Yeah, we've I've been looking forward to doing this for quite a few years now, and we had the opportunity to really go for it last summer.
Yeah, some of the tracks on the album I love. I'll be listening. I haven't had the whole album in advance, but I had a few tracks. But there's another track on there, Everyone Says Hi, which I think is just stupendous.
Oh, I'll get you an album in an hour or so.
I would. Thank you very much. And if I can get anything by Zimmo as well while you're out of the stores. I'm really looking forward to seeing so many of the acts you've got for Meltdown. It must be. Was it hard for you to choose, to select, and to contact the artists you wanted on?
I tell you what, the hardest part of it really was that a number of them were either off the road for this summer, and in the recording studio, or that some of them had actually even broken up and sort of didn't exist anymore. And it was really quite tricky finding people who were still actively, and at fairly short notice, actually, I must say. I would probably have liked another 2 or 3 months to probably get who I wanted.
I have an idea.
I did pretty good. I'm not that displeased with the listing.
But Meltdown's a great thing. It's been running for a few years now. I know you know the history of it, but why not do something like this every year, every other year? Like Ozzy Osbourne has Ozfest, and other people have concerts named after them. There's the Lilith Fair. You could do a Bowie thing where you had more outre artists, more extreme acts.
Oh God, the work involved, man.
Yeah, but what else do you do? You basically one album every 4 years?
If you come and help me out, I mean,
David, we know you've got more than enough spare time on your
the
hands.
Stage every night. I've got to be doing the lighting, making sure. And some of these artists have riders that you wouldn't believe. The stuff you've got to get in their dressing rooms for them. I'm running around the supermarket.
Well, if you will employ bands who do samba versions of Kraftwerk, what do you expect?
Dried anchovies to, they want special CDs of Florence Foster Jenkins. And
he's doing it again.
It's incredible.
Bands we've never heard of. David, when do you actually...
Tastes that you have never encountered before.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you perform again. I'm so looking forward to seeing so many of the other artists there. And also, I know you're coming here on the radio show when you actually get over here. I think it's
Absolutely,
on the 29th.
I can't wait for that.
Well, if you've got time, we'd like to do the whole show with you.
That would be fantastic. I won't say no.
3
Not
hours.
On air, anyway.
It's going to be a 3 hours marathon.
I'll probably phone you back after the show.
And cancel.
But right now...
Right now, to be polite while we're on air, it's a go.
Yeah, you know how it runs in the music biz.
David, so lovely to talk to you.
In our industry, Jonathan.
Well, it's your industry. We're mere onlookers. Have a great time there in New York until you come over. We're all looking forward. Everyone's expecting, and obviously
we're rehearsing already. We're very excited, and I think we'll produce an interesting selection of songs for the show as well.
Can't wait to see you. And please do give my very special love to a man.
I will, absolutely.
Thank you so much, David.
Andy Marn as well, I guess.
Whatever you want to call us, fine with me.
Is Andy in there with you?
I am,
yeah.
Hi, Andy, and goodbye.
Hi and bye.
I'll speak to you soon, then.
David, see you soon. Thank you so much.
God bless.
Take care. Bye-bye.